Welcome to the After Spin, opinions from thought leaders in our state. Mike Walden, I want to ask, what do you wish you had said? We talked a lot about the economy and so forth. I'm sure there were things you wish you had said we didn't get around to.
There's been a lot of discussion recently about how North Carolina's fared compared to the nation after the recession. Some numbers showing we haven't fared quite as well as the nation. A big part of that is due to the fact the recession hit North Carolina harder. If you look at the numbers, the recession was deeper in North Carolina and longer in North Carolina. We really didn't begin to pick up in our economy until 2013, 2014. That was about 2 years after the nation started to pick up. Now, since 2014, if you look at per capita income adjusted for inflation, we've actually gained faster than the nation. So you got to look at this in the whole complexion of the cycle. The other thing I want to say is that regarding the restructuring in North Carolina, a lot of that is going on and still going on in manufacturing. Manufacturing accounts for 18% of the North Carolina economy by gross state product. It's 11% at the national level. And manufacturing tends to get hit harder during recessions. So this makes North Carolina more vulnerable. Now, I think we're moving closer to the nation, but we're still more vulnerable to recessions. And when you look at people in manufacturing who lose their job, and you follow up what happens to them, 40% of them end up at a job that's lower paying. So this is part of the complex restructuring that's going on in North Carolina.
We didn't have Rebecca Tippett on the show this year, as we have done in some years past. Do you still see North Carolina growing in population? We talked about the fact that we added 273,000 registered voters in this decade. You see us still growing?
And our growth has primarily come from people moving here from other states, not necessarily that we have a higher birth rate. I do think that will continue, and I think it'll continue at my age group, the over 65, almost over 70 group, as people who are moving out of the Northeast and the Midwest when they retire. You don't want to be retired and living in a cold climate. You can fall and slip and bad things can happen. You want to move to sunnier climates. North Carolina is a perfect, I think, midway point between the North and something like Florida.
So if I'm an entrepreneur, I want to be developing a business that appeals to an older demographic?
You absolutely will. Between the 2010 census and the 2050 census, the share of people in North Carolina over age 65 will almost double. So there will be business opportunities galore to service that market.
So you and I will be potential customers.
We'll be customers, yes.
Well, thanks for watching the After Spin. We'll have more video all during the week on ncspin.com.